It's early morning in Hollywood and the red carpet is being rolled out for what is the biggest, most glamorous night in the movie calendar, the Oscars. But 6,000 miles across the globe, Madrid is preparing for the biggest and most important night it's witnessed in years.
I like it in the city when two worlds collide. You get the people and the government, everybody taking different sides. From my hometown, memories of phrase. From my hometown, ooh, the people I've made. How the wonders of this world are the wonders now. Oh, my world. Oh, my world.
It has always been one of the biggest fixtures in Spain, but not for many years has the game meant so much in terms of a title race. A win would be massive. A defeat could be devastating. The Madrid derby, Athletico against Real, is live from the Vicente Calderón. And this is why this match means so much, not only to the Madrid clubs, but to Barcelona as well. Real lead La Liga by just 3 points in both Barca and Atletico. A win for Atletico tonight, then for Barca against Almeria later, would put all three back level at the top. Plus, and maybe more importantly, Atletico would lead the head-to-head over their city rivals. So tonight could be one that goes a long way to helping define this season's title race. Swiftly following the Madrid derby would be Barcelona against Almeria, plus Sevilla against Real Sociedad on Sky Sports 1. And joining me for all three games this evening, John Toshak and Guillaume Balaguer. John, great to see you, but let's get straight to it. If Atletico lose, they'll be 6 points behind Real. Will they be out of the title race?
Probably, yes, I think so. I think Real Madrid can afford to slip up and still win the title, but I think if Atletico Madrid don't win this one this evening, then I can't imagine both Barcelona and Real Madrid slipping up, no.
How damaging psychologically, Guillaume, was that 5-0, and we have to say thrashing, over two legs in the Copa semi-final by Real over Atletico?
I remember you mentioned it in Revista and started asking around, was it that, because you said as a player you get affected when this happens, and it has affected them. There is a little bit more of doubt, less confidence. They started changing things. Should we put Diego in behind a striker? When they've done that from the lineup, they lost games. Felipe Luis wasn't playing. Will it be because of that, because he wasn't playing, that we weren't playing well? Then Felipe Luis comes back, they're still not playing well. It's 4 defeats in the last 6. It's Atletico Madrid that haven't beat Real Madrid since '98 at the Vicente Calderón. There's everything to go against Atletico Madrid at the moment, but it's a derby.
It just seemed that the air of invincibility that Real had for many years and lost for those 2 games came back within a week in the Copa semi-final. How, as a coach then, John, do you get that belief back if you were coach of Atletico right now?
Well, I think that Simeone has proved that he knows what he wants with this team. When you look through the individuals of both sides, I mean, you wouldn't give them a chance, Atletico Madrid, but they work so hard for each other. It's terrific the work that he puts in with them, and that's what just makes me think, come at these last 10 or 12 games, they could have a dip physically, Atletico. It was very, very difficult to keep this kind of intensity up in the Champions League as well. Real Madrid can play poorly, but with the individuals they've got, they can sneak a victory. For Atletico Madrid to win, they've got to all be at it all the time, But it's an intriguing contest, this one. It really
Real Madrid
is.
has played obviously a Champions League game this week, and Atletico Madrid has not played a game this week. They've concentrated in 5 days. They've been training in recovering the pressure high, the intensity they had in the past, and basically the essence that they had lost in the last few games, especially against Osasuna. That's the last game they played. They lost 3-0, and the problem is this lineup has played 5,000 more minutes than the lineup of Real Madrid. So, following the idea of John, I think, they seem to be a little bit tired.
There's an intriguing contest here for me between this man, Sergio Ramos, and the Atletico Madrid striker who's just been brought into the Spanish national side to join Sergio Ramos, Diego Costa. I wouldn't put money on them both finishing this game tonight.
You would put money on both of them maybe getting sent off during
Well,
the game.
they'll be very, very interesting.
Nice, Diego Costa.
Yeah, I know, until the whistle blows.
Well, Diego Simeone makes 4 changes from the team that lost badly against Osasuna last week. We just saw it. In come Miranda, Koke, Arda Turan and Raul Garcia. As for Real Madrid, Karim Benzema, Ronaldo and Gareth Bale all start up front. 70 goals between them this season. At the back, they've kept 12 clean sheets in the last 15 games in all competitions. And the midfield doesn't look too bad either. Where's the weakness there?
Well, you know, it's very difficult. Coentrao at left back, possibly they can have problems there. But the 3 front players, I mean, when they're on, I'm so pleased for Gareth, because people, you know, obviously they doubted one thing and another, but he's missed all the pre-season. He's come in, he's had a niggle, an injury or two, and but the goals he got the other night, plus the form he's showing now, that's terrific to see. It really is. Okay. What a handful, eh? Ronaldo, Bale and Benzema.
Been waiting for this game for weeks. It is the biggest game of the season so far in La Liga and a massive day in the title race. Your commentary team for the Madrid derby, Jerry Armstrong and Rob Palmer.
Diego Simeone and Ancelotti looking calm on the bench, but they're the only 2 gentlemen who are calm in this raucous stadium this afternoon in the capital of Spain. Massive season-shaping game between Atletico, who've had a fantastic season, and Real Madrid, who have taken control of the championship. 3 points between the sides, of course, and earlier in the season, Atletico beat Real Madrid, so this is a vital game in this 3-way contest at the top of La Liga for the title. Atletico Madrid, they will be arguing now, of course, playing their strongest side. 4 changes from the defeat, a shock defeat against Osasuna last week. The only big decision for them who to play alongside Diego Costa up front, and that was Raul Garcia. When it comes to Real Madrid, the big surprise in their lineup is this man, a blonde-haired fullback, Coentrao, has taken the place of Marcelo. In the first minute of the game, Jerry, we've seen him flying into action.
Well, he's been taken out by Juanfran. The free kick's been given. A very positive start from Coentrao down this left-hand side. And maybe look at Modric, right foot, or is it Jose Maria? On the left foot, one of the 2. Di Maria.
Modric to fly the ball in. Ronaldo just flicked ahead of it. And certainly between the referee and the linesman there, and they've gone for a corner kick.
I don't think the referee could see it. The linesman's actually given that decision, and Simeone just getting animated on the sidelines. It's a great ball in. Looked like off last, doesn't it? No, Godin. I think it's Godin last. That's why I took a corner from the other side.
Well, there were a few hostile places, should I say, world football, and the counter on a day like today. There are some Real Madrid supporters here, but they're up on the top tier. It's a sea of red and white of welcoming for Real Madrid. This is Arbeloa. Moving the ball again, floated in, Courtois leaves it, and Benzema applies the gloss touch. He had the freedom of the Atletico area.
Well, it's a dream start, Rob, for Real Madrid. Simeone's really infuriated. Clever free kick. And, you know, Di Maria wouldn't take it. He was arguing about how close they were. The ball was knocked out. Eventually, Di Maria puts a clever pass in, and nobody picks up Karim Benzema. Are they arguing, was he offside? Let's have a look again.
It's a controversial start. Well,
there's a cross. He's onside. He's onside when the cross was made. And they're trying to step up, and not enough pressure on the man putting the cross in. Di Maria, he's allowed to put that in. Nobody picks up Benzema, who's in great form. Great form, I tell you. What a start for Real Madrid.
3 minutes gone, and Atletico haven't even done around half. The whole team surround the referee this evening, Delgado Ferrero. It did need a replay for the untrained eye to confirm that Benzema I'm afraid for Atletico Madrid fans, was bang onside. Brilliant run, perfect finish. And the refuse paper has been lit.
Just think as well, Rob, there's an awful lot of arguing going on before the free kick. A lot of the players, Raul Garcia, Godin, Diego Costa, they were all arguing with the referee and saying about this and saying about that. And I think they need to concentrate on the game. They're not trying to get inside the referee's head. And certainly it's been Real Madrid who have started so well.
Well, you know that Atletico will come fighting back. A team built in the image of the Argentinian scrapper Simeone.
Well, he's taking a whack there.
He was caught in full traffic flow there.
Could be his own player. Well, what a start. And you can see this first ball coming in, keeper very positive.
Who's the meat in the Spanish bocadillo. Well, camera training on Simeone. We're told from touchline level that Simeone's argument was, one, about Benzema maybe being offside, but two, he wanted his team to take the kick off quickly, and the Real Madrid players were apparently slowing, getting back into their own half of the field.
It's nitpicking. This is the point I'm making. They're nitpicking and they're arguing over silly things. They should be concentrating and starting fast. It was Real Madrid played midweek. They should be the team that should be sluggish.
Modric hits it long. Ronaldo gives chase. We know all about the finesse and the fine football that they play in Spain. The reason that they are the champions of Europe, the champions of the world, the national team, the fine football we see every week. But this will have British Bulldog spirit attached to it as well.
I thought the performance in the Champions League and right through, Rob, is as good as I've seen for many years. And I said this side's getting better and better, and we're looking at the squad. Look at the bench. The bench has got a great... Oh, that's a tackle.
There was a little bit of afters there.
The referee's letting it go, though. Maybe he felt that he deserved it for taking too long. And Diego Costa was not letting him rest on his laurels, was he?
Players tumbling all over. It's like a western, this.
There's a lot of
bodies on the floor everywhere.
That was Raul Garcia who dived. The referee's giving him nothing. He got up straight away. He's going to see a lot of play action as Di Maria picks the ball up.
Now Cristiano Ronaldo. Of course, in the cup final last year, which Atletico won, the Spanish cup final, with two players sent off. Gavi, skipper of Atletico, and Cristiano Ronaldo. Well, that's what they have to. And I tell you what, there was a case there, the ball had gone. I know, Jerry, as a centre forward, you said that was perfectly legitimate.
Well, it's not. I think it's a wee bit dangerous. It certainly looked dangerous to me in that occasion. He's thrown himself, he's well away, and he knows he's kicking the ball, and he comes in, I thought, very late.
Diego Costa, who's one goal behind Cristiano Ronaldo in the charts.
The referee's not buying it. Raul Garcia's thrown himself straight into... Look at that, and he goes down as if he's been hit. And he has been hit, he's playing. It's embarrassing, I think, from Raul Garcia.
Not only the Oscars, where there's going to be judging of good and bad acting this Sunday evening. Who will get their hands on the Golden Globe for Spanish football? Reminder that the two sides who are involved in Champions League football the week before last, Barca and Atletico, were defeated on the return to domestic action. Real had a magnificent success in Germany against Schalke midweek, hitting them for 6. Well, they have the UEFA virus.
Well, that's some beard art for Alan Scott, isn't it? They certainly need him today, as the Athletico Madrid fans start to get their voices back and try to get their team to raise the level.
The red and white stripes there as noisy as the wonderful Sunderland supporters who made the journey to Wembley today. Sad defeat for them. And the team about as welcoming as an afternoon with Stoke City, and I mean that with a lot of respect to Stoke over the last few years as well. A team that gives everything. Turan maybe hit the nail on the head when he said Real Madrid, yes, have more talent, but we have more bravery young-star squad.
Yeah, they're certainly a team that work tremendously hard. Everybody has to work hard, but I don't know, they started sluggishly for me. They're trying to get back into it. Arda Turan winning it, and it's Diego Costa.
There is Costa taking on Ramos, leaves the ball behind that. Di Maria.
Good play. Clever play, wins it off Juan Fran, the full-back, and throw-in goes Real Madrid's way. Called up into the squad, the Spanish squad, Juan Fran, for the friendly.
They have 3 from Atletico and 3 from Real Madrid in the squad to play against Italy in midweek. Most notable Diego Costa has got the call-up for Spain. Juan Fran and Koke, Casillas, Ramos and Alonso, the 3 from Real. There's Modric. Benzema to Arbeloa. He keeps his league place on the right side of the defence. Of course, Carvajal has been a regular this season. Arbeloa goes down, claiming that he was caught by the flailing arm of Felipe.
Well, again, play acting. The referee's got his work cut out today. Arbeloa goes down, I think, very, very easily. Well, he's had a kick, hasn't he? He's had a kick. First of all, Arbeloa, there's a hand comes up. I think Arbeloa's milked it.
There goes Costa. Bypasses Ramos. And another tough decision for the referee, surrounded by Atletico players. And he did have communication with his assistant, had a sly look across there, and there was a case to be answered. But he has decided that Costa took a tumble.
Well, I'd like to see it again. It looked like he did have a case, I thought, Rob. And certainly Sergio Ramos looked half a yard behind him. But did he make the most of it? Arda Turan is booked for arguing with the referee. Let's have a look. Well, I don't think he gets the ball, but I don't think it's enough of the man either. And he just makes a meal of it. And that's what the referee's given. He looks as if he's dived and made the most of it. But certainly for me, Sergio Ramos didn't get the ball.
Interesting that Arda Turan is carded for his comments afterwards. Costa wasn't booked for simulation. Right, what are the odds, Jerry, in this finishing with 11 players aside?
No chance, Rob. Not the way it started.
When they played in the cup final last year, by the way, there were 15 yellow cards and 2 players who were sent off.
Yeah. I'm listening to John Toshak saying about Diego Costa and Sergio Ramos. I think there's a lot more players are going to be involved in it than that.
Here's Modric. Down the touchline from Di Maria. Gavi. Once more, Costa goes down. Referee allows the advantage to be taken by Atletico. Now at the Turan. Koke's in the centre. Felipe plays it over everybody's head. Also under the Italian Ancelotti. And there's a Real Madrid side which has an amazing defence. Di Maria goes on a flying run upfield. Here's Miranda. Well, they've had 12 clean sheets in their last 15 games. Still sitting in the centre circle is Diego Costa. And sportingly, Ramos knocks the ball out of play to allow him some attention. And he's attention-seeking.
Well, it is attention-seeking. That's absolutely right, Robin.
I think it could actually, Jerry, be a broken shoelace. And it's not easy to tie them with those gloves on.
Well, there's certainly contact. It might have been a free kick. Yeah, it was a free kick. He's got him in the back of the heel, but the referee's given the advantage.
Not a man you'd like to meet in a dark alley. Or even on a bright Sunday afternoon in the capital.
This is the...
Tell you what, like, you say that wasn't a penalty. I would say there was a very big case to answer there.
I think he's got reason, but I think he's milked it. There's contact, but he's made the most of the situation. He's rolled over. He's trying to influence the referee, and they were trying to dive earlier. I saw Raul Garcia. Maybe that's why the referee didn't give it, but certainly it looks as if there's contact.
The two evils, it was a rash challenge from Ramos.
He didn't get the ball.
But I would agree with you, I think that Costa was anticipating it. Massive calls for the officials so far as Di Maria plays the ball in. It's cleared by Godin. There's Ronaldo. Referee saw the foul. It could be no more difficult game to officiate in football. He's having a good game, Delgado Ferrero.
Rob, the Oscars are here tonight. There's certainly another dive from Diego Costa.
It's Gary. Tiptoe on the touchline. It's Felipe out of play though.
Yeah, it's out of play. Just.
Well, so far the game has hinged on a goal that initially looked as though it may be offside. The camera's proving the referee and his linesman got it right. And then a big penalty claim. This is Benzema, and has scored the goal. To Cristiano Ronaldo, who's been surprisingly low profile so far. Ronaldo runs long. Di Maria. Xavi Alonso. And the former Liverpool man, Arbeloa. To Modric, the former Spurs player. Well, it's a spring-like afternoon, but there's quite a hostile wind in a hostile stadium.
It's a clever piece of play from Karim Benzema on the halfway line, where he turned to let the ball run and started that movement that got the ball to Ronaldo. And now on the attack again, Real Madrid.
There's Gavi. And Suarez holding that midfield together. Modric with the interception. Di Maria to Ronaldo. Now Benzema. Trying to find a way around Miranda. Godin tidies up. Wonderful understanding those two have the central defensive pairing.
Yeah, they out-muscled Benzema there, didn't they? Getting on with their football, Real Madrid. They've got the goal lead and they're passing the ball nicely.
A game which interests everybody in La Liga. Barcelona sandwiched between the two in the Spanish standings. Real Madrid 63 points, Barca, Atletico 60 points apiece. Of course, the Clásico is on the calendar later in the month, the penultimate weekend of March. Here's Arbeloa.
He's trotted out straight away. Little bit of afters.
Be a lot of afters. Here's Di Maria. Costa to Turan. Shock to the system for Atletico, that early goal. Of course, they haven't been defeated at home this season in La Liga. Corner, their first of the evening. Now, this is where they have the danger men. Miranda and Godin then muscle to the attack. Costa, the player that Real Madrid will have to take care of first of all.
Yeah, don't forget Raul Garcia, who's very good in the air. And he's got 14 goals this season. Having a great season.
They crowd the 6-yard box. Fernandez. Xavi Alonso becomes the extra defender. Now Modric. Benzema, nice layoff. Bale. Hasn't got into the flow of things either so far. It's his first mention.
Well, it's frantic. You're lucky if you can get one touch. You certainly don't get two. This is the shot coming in from Raul Garcia. It's well wide of the mark. Very speculative, that effort. This is a penalty again. Well, he's looking for it, Rob. I think that's why the referee hasn't given it. It certainly is a contact. It's minimal contact, but he's made a real meal of it, and that's why I think the referee hasn't given it. Now, another day and another game. That's a late challenge as well. The tackles are flying in thick and fast.
Fran leaves his mark on Cristiano Ronaldo.
Well, he's holding the left knee, Ronaldo, and he doesn't normally make a meal of things like that. Let's see what happens here. No, he twisted it.
I think he may have been caught by the trailing leg there of Juan Fran.
Oh, he
just
does.
there,
He stood
just
on him.
there.
Yeah, you're right. He stood on him. Juan Fran stands on his knee.
And as you can see, today for aluminium, the long studs as well. Ronaldo not needing the attention of the medical men. Only one of those that he tries to run off. Di Maria draws breath. Real Madrid take the lead in the 9th minute, courtesy of a set-piece routine. Benzema. Stay-at-home defender is Arbeloa. Lopez, of course, returns to La Liga action. Another brilliant performance in midweek by Iker Casillas, who's had a club record for minutes without conceding a goal.
There's an injury, Rob. It's a bad one. Not sure is it Tete or what's going on.
And Sergio Ramos feels as captain he can question the referee. He was asking for more protection for his defensive partner Pepe, but the ball was there to be won. The referee didn't give a foul. It looks like he made the right decision.
Doesn't
there,
look
which
like
is
I
caught by
think it's
Raul Garcia.
Achilles. Looks like he's holding the back of his Achilles. That's the problem. It's the back of his Achilles. I think he's done the injury. It didn't look like a bad challenge. I think he's just twisted it when he landed, and it looks like he gripped for his Achilles.
He does look to be in genuine pain.
Yep.
And the Real Madrid bench would like their physio on the field of play to go and see to the Portuguese international.
Well, that's the late challenge there from Suarez on Xabi Alonso, and it is late, you have to say.
That was. Another place in the Spanish national team squad for Mario Suarez, who has won a couple of caps. Of course, Alonso is in the national squad if he's trying to get his place. Here's Juan Fran by Contran. Little nudge in the back of Alonso. Juan Fran. Now Costa. Costa with his first shot of the evening. Has to readjust that viewfinder.
Yeah, it's the first we've seen of a decent build-up. There's applause from the coach. Was decent play. The ball goes into the feet of Diego Costa. Good turn, just doesn't hit the target. Left foot. And Juan Fran does his part. But they gotta hit the target. But it's been an intriguing 22 minutes, and you can see they're trying to get into them. They're trying to pressurize them and press them, which is what they do well anyway, Athletico Madrid. But they've got players jumping out of tackles. There's a lot of play acting going on.
It's footballing theatre, Jerry. Modric to Di Maria. Di Maria trying to hoist it over the defence, looking for the height to Benzema. Great take by Benzema, and it required a tidy save from Courtois.
What a great strike. 21 goals this season, that was nearly 22. Lets it come across his body and then strikes it on the volley. Great strike, good save from Courtois. Has to get down quickly, Courtois, push it around the post.
Benzema's been in great form. Scored a couple against Schalke in midweek. Modric floats it in. Second chance for Modric to make a delivery. Alonso to Gareth Bale. Bale on that magical left foot to Modric. Modric to Ronaldo, the back flick. Well, wonderful reflexes, cat-like reflexes from Courtois.
Great play, wasn't it? Xabi Alonso tidies up here, and it's still Real Madrid on the attack.
Now Bale getting into gear, met by 3 defenders. Gareth Bale scored in the North London derbies between Spurs and Arsenal last season, home and away. This is just as much passion. Now Benzema regains his balance. Ronaldo, Jerry, hasn't got into the flow of the game, has he?
No, but they're not getting time on the ball, that's the problem, and it starts to the pressing from Athletico Madrid. And they were sloppy to start the first 2 or 3 minutes, but they've picked it up, and this is Courtois, or sorry, Contral. And it's a really frantic pace.
Fantastic watching the body language of the 2 coaches down there as well. Simeone on the touchline, Ancelotti just sitting back. Reminder of the Spanish first, Sevilla, Real Sociedad, 6 o'clock start on Sky Sports 1. Barcelona play Almeria, 8 o'clock, also on Sky Sports 1 on Tuesday. The fallout from everything we looked at Revista. On Wednesday night, Spain against Italy have a friendly 9 o'clock start. Dean lets it go.
We can say they've got over the shock of conceding the early goal, Rob, and they're trying to get into it again. I think tactically, though, they were trying to get into the referee's ear, trying to put him under pressure, and I think all they did was put themselves under pressure.
Not the best of crosses. There was an off-the-ball collision once more between Coentrão and Raul Garcia, 2 warriors.
Well, this is the save. It spilled up, and he had to get it at the second attempt. Clever little play, back heel from Ronaldo. A juggling act from the goalkeeper. This is the one at the other end, crossing the far post, and he just throws himself to the ground. Raul Garcia, he's done this 2 or 3 times in the game. Just throws himself to the ground and pulls down Contral, and that's the problem. And that's a Athletico Madrid throwing now.
Of course, playing to top spot a couple of weeks ago for the first time since 1996 when they did the double. It's a long time since they've beaten Real Madrid in front of their own supporters in La Liga. It was October 1999. 23 games here without success against their uptown rivals.
Yeah, well, they've beaten them already at the Bernabeu, and if they could beat them here tonight at the Vicente Calderón, it'd be the first time since 1951 that they've done the double over them. Oh man, the way.
People talk about reintroducing standing areas. There's not no fan behind that goal to the right-hand side who is sitting on the seat allocated. This is Arda Turan. A space opens up, but he's chased all the way by Coentrão. He finds Koke!
Goal.
Atletico Madrid are back in the game, and they're back in the La Liga equation.
Well, this is all about the skill and endeavour from Arda Turan. Clever, clever play. I thought, where's he going when he's coming inside? And he actually sucks in 2 Real Madrid defenders before he just touches it to the one side and sets it up for Koke to stick it in the back of the net. Big goal for Atletico. That's what they wanted. They've worked hard. And here's Arda Turan coming in, checks back, looks like he's lost it, then he gets the ball. Somehow he gets the ball to Koke. And maybe Sergio Ramos could have done more. I think he could have done more, Sergio Ramos. He could have been closing him down quicker than that.
Well, the biggest goal of the career of Juan Merino. Well, Koke, as he's known to his teammates.
It's his 5th league goal this season. He's done well. Another Spanish international. and he is in the squad. That's a late one again. Arda
Turan's already been booked, remember. I'm just wondering if he didn't already have the black mark against his name, whether that would have been a booking. The referee has been a little benevolent now. Di Maria. Still Simeone is on the touchline like a cheerleader, going through some moves. Okay, the play has been mentioned several times in the English newspapers. Manchester United are said to be tracking his talent. A man who already has 7 caps for the Spanish national side. 22 years of age. One of the emerging talents in European football. Contrao gets himself out of a tight situation, and then the legs gave way.
Falls over, he did. Looked as if he had done really well. And then for some reason he tripped over himself. Just does well here. And he does, he runs away and finds himself on the ground. But game's come to life now, coming up to half an hour, and it's level at 1-1.
Athletico Madrid is a proper club with proper passionate fans. Maybe you do get the occasional tourist who heads to the Bernabeu when they come to the capital. The old corporate supporter in a suit. But here it's jeans and a t-shirt and a scarf raised above your head. Real Madrid, quite deservedly the global name in football, with the Galacticos, the world-class talent, and an exceptional coach. Atletico have gone through so many coaches in the previous regimes, but have found their man now, and the old boy, the returning Simeone. Seeking out Ronaldo. Godin takes control. Now Miranda. Well, he doesn't score many goals, but it was his goal that won the cup final against Real last year, the Brazilian.
Yeah, it was a big goal, wasn't it? Really big goal. He's not done a bad goals this season. He's got 3, Miranda, which is pretty good for a centre-half. This one's back to Diego Lopez.
Pepe. Xabi Alonso. A dozen games to go after this, of course. We're into the final straight of the season as Ronaldo went down in full flight. The referee ignores his plea for a free kick. Ball hit long in the vicinity of Costa. Pepe wins the header brilliantly. There's Contrao. Modric.
He's done well.
Initially, as though he's caught in traffic, but finds a route to Benzema. Benzema will find Bale.
Yeah, they're working hard, Athletico Madrid. Look, the energy levels are great, Rob. They're pressing, they're working in 2s and 3s. And they're really putting pressure on Real Madrid every time they get the ball.
Di Maria. Nice ball to Bale. And Di Maria claiming he was taken off the ball.
Well, a referee would need to have eyes in his head. And Di Maria's gone down. Another one who's gone down in the past quite easily. Let's see, was there anything happened here? Well, he is caught. He is caught. There's a flailing leg comes out and catches him. You know? And Gavi's saying there's diving. There's diving going on both sides of the teams. And I'd say it's just one person who's thrown himself to the ground.
I don't know if you saw there in the background, the 4th official covering his microphone, advising the referee. It is a spring-like afternoon. A bit of rain in the air in the capital. Perfect day for a fantastic game of football. with major significance on the outcome of the Spanish Championship. Ball spins off the slippery surface to Diego Lopez. Pepe, poor pass.
He's the architect, Arda Turan. He can create openings.
Cameron from Costa. Pepe has a look around. Whisks it to Gareth Bale. Offside. Quite a heavy downpour now.
And there's the offside.
Full of blood and guts. Creatives like Bale and Ronaldo haven't got a looking so far.
Look how hard Koke works there to help his full-back, Rob. You know, he knows that Bale's got a lot of pace and he's coming back to give him some extra cover. And that's what this Atletico Madrid side do really well.
Di Maria falls kindly for Arbeloa. Ronaldo and Bale have switch sides. Ronaldo flies one in, Courtois with a simple save.
A decent strike from long range and just bounces in front of him, but Courtois gets his body in the way.
This is the fourth meeting between these sides this season in League and Cup, and Cristiano Ronaldo has yet to score against Atletico. Though he has had 6 in the previous 6 league games.
He's not in bad form at the moment. 36 goals, Rob, he's got this season in 33 appearances.
Just one ahead of this man, though, Diego Costa. Benzema. There's Juan Fran, little nudge towards Costa. He knows he's going to chase it all the way to the white paint.
He's
and
done
leaves
well.
Ramos in a crumpled heap.
He's done well. Pepe having a go at Raul Garcia, who's trying to milk the situation once again.
Arda Turan, who was booked for complaining earlier in the game, clearly hasn't learned his lesson.
He's done brilliant, Diego Costa there. Now what's Raul Garcia trying to complain about? I think it's self-inflicted, that's for sure, whatever it is.
There's the chosen two today, Raul Garcia and Diego Costa. We know that Costa's name is always going to be on the team sheet. The question is, will it be David Villa who partners him, or Adrian who does the running? Adrian actually hasn't made the squad today. Raul Garcia, who's had a season of plentiful goals, 14, his best ever season.
Oh, he's done brilliant.
Who's alongside Costa. He's getting into the groove now, isn't he?
Oh, he's done really well on Sergio Ramos. He's going to play it, and Ramos has thrown himself in the lunge, and he's checked back and won the free kick. Clever play from Diego Costa. No danger.
Clearly had crossed the line. The rail dispute whether it should have been a corner.
It's a free kick, isn't it? He's given the free kick for the foul.
Referee tries to take a neutral stance, and there's right in front of the referee. Pepe goes down.
There's a Godin.
And the referee has to make a big call here. He looks like a man who knows what he's seen. He's bought himself some time. The colour is going to be yellow. think when he opens his eyes, Pepe, it may be he who sees the colour yellow.
Well, they're both going to get a yellow card. Is it Godin and him? And him. That's what he's done. And he knows there's play acting going on. And it's been from the very first minute. There's several players on either side have play acted.
It's a bit old school, this, Jerry, but that referee must feel like a dinner lady trying to keep...
Well, he's got his work cut out.
Some kind of order on the playground.
He's got his work cut out, and he's definitely overreacted, and that's why the referee's booked him.
A childish spat is sorted out by some sensible refereeing from Delgado Ferrero. Right across the 6 it goes, more bodies on the floor. Pepe in trouble with Godin yet again. What wonderful fair this is. The referee gives a free kick to Athletico Madrid as Alonso flew in on Felipe.
Well, he's controlled it and he goes to strike it, and Felipe picks his pocket. That's what happens on that one. And this is the incident from where they're throwing themselves in.
Got him through himself then, didn't he? I think he's, to be fair to him, his studs had given way. And that was the moment that the two of them got into a spat.
Embarrassing, isn't it?
I tell you, it's a good job Pepe wasn't at the hole yesterday, isn't it? How very silly. 5 minutes to go. Entertaining, not necessarily for the right reasons. Ball is flipped in, rising highs to Ramos. Xabi Alonso chests the ball down and hoists it to safety.
Well, it's an incident-packed game, but not, the incidents aren't all about skills and shooting and creating chances. And the break's on.
Touch from Ronaldo. Ronaldo's taken out off the ball. Bale is stopped fairly. You can see why UEFA introduced extra referees behind the goals in the Champions League, can't you? Because you need more than the 3.5 pair of eyes on a game like this.
No, the referee will need eyes in the back of his head. There's no doubt about that. It's good play from Arbeloa.
It's been 42 minutes of temper tantrums.
Well, again, he's overreacted. Godin throws himself. There's minimal contact, I think, from Pepe, but one's as bad as the other for me.
Di Maria. Retrieved by Arbeloa.
The thing is, it's clever from Atletico Madrid because they know that technically they're not as good as Real Madrid, so they've brought them down to their level and they're getting them into a street fight and they're making them jump out of challenges and making it difficult for them, and that's what they have to do.
Well, of course, that was the Mourinho way when he was in charge at Real, to make life uncomfortable for Barcelona. Not too many of the names have changed in the Real team, but the style has. Well won by Koke, who scored an equalising goal to Costa. Costa brushes off the defenders, but tremendous save by Diego Lopez.
Great skill there for Costa with his back to goal in between two defenders. Still they're looking to get the cross in.
Koke standing off in current trap. Corner Atletico.
See, and it all came about from Di Maria trying to nutmeg Gabi. Loses possession and suddenly the break's on, and there's the ball, and look at the turn. Great turn in between Sergio Ramos, and he can't touch him, otherwise it's a penalty kick.
Captain Atletico's Gabi delivers. Godin goes up. It was his own player there that slightly unhinged him. Felipe back to Courtois. Not a game where you've had a chance to draw breath so far. Costa was offside. Thuram wasn't. Thuram retrieves the ball. Modric flies in. Duran takes an all-comers past Ronaldo. Here is Ronaldo. Says a lot when he is almost playing sweeper at the moment for Real Madrid. All hands to the pump. The team who started the day at the top of the championship. That was a slip from Costa. Ramos wisely kicks for touch.
Well, they're feeling the pressure though. They're really being put under pressure. Not allowing to settle on the ball.
The chorus of Atleti rings around the Vicente Calderon Stadium. Real Madrid getting off to a flyer. Benzema taking a chance when Atletico thought incorrectly that he was offside. Koke equalising after 28 minutes of the game. I think there are a few out there, Jerry, that would disagree that 1-1 is a fair scoreline so far.
Well, they took the early chance. Certainly Real Madrid caught them napping, and they've had the battle to get back into it. That was a nudge. That was an elbow charge and shoulder charge all combined in one from Xabi Alonso, and the free kick's given.
As we approach time to be added by the officials, this could be the final roll of the first half dice. Lopez calls everybody back. They have a routine for this. Athletico Madrid, it comes through a sea of players. What a goal! A hurricane! Captain Gabi launches a missile.
Well, I don't know if the goalkeeper was onside, Rob. It's a long, long way out, but it's some strike from the captain. What a goal. And he's only got one goal this season. This is his second goal. Some strike. Let's look at it again. How far out is he?
They knew exactly what they were doing. That was the set piece. Raul brought everybody back. He took the ball up, and you get the feeling he's been practicing that all week.
But it's close to the goalkeeper, Diego Costa. I'm wondering, is he onside? Is their body's in the way? It looks like there's people in his way. And it's moving. I know the ball's moving. But I think from that sort of range, I'd be disappointed if my goalkeeper got beat from that range.
200 games for Atletico Madrid. Only his 6th goal, but the goal of a career for Gabi. And it's the difference between the sides in the first half in this toughly fought game. And when I say fought, I really mean fought. It has been a scrap between Atletico and Real Madrid. Benzema giving Real the lead, but Atletico coming back through Koke and Gabi. The two international defenders, Koke with a well-taken goal and Gabi with, well, a heart-stopping goal. Half-time scoreline at the Vicente Calderon is Atletico 2, Real 1.
Oh, it's been fast, it's been furious, it's been everything we'd hoped for in this massive game in the title race. Wow, what a 45 minutes. Plenty to talk about with John Toshak and Guillaume Balaguer. But Real Madrid got off to the best possible start through Karim Benzema. But back came Atletico. They could have had a penalty, but goals from Koke and Gabi mean Atletico lead the Madrid derby.